All right. What's going on? We back at it again. You know what I'm talking about? On the Rise TV. EMP, the motherfucking label. Business-minded people. It's another one of them ones. It's one of the ones that, like, y'all ain't even ready for it. You may be, or you may not be. It's all good, though. It's all good, though. We're going to get through this thing the best way we can. And I'm sorry you have to deal with me. But you're going to love it, though. It's a little toxic over here, but you're going to love it. It's all right. Because I'm going to. So, you know what? Let's do it like this. You already know how I'm rocking. I'm up to no good. Your hood. Singing big words. You would. You could. I do because you don't. I will because you won't. It's your boy, Uncle Boss, a.k.a. the number one, Auntie Smash. And that's top two, but I'm not two. So, how we gonna roll into this thing? Let's do it right. You know, we don't get to do this too often. So, you know, I mean, like, I just pull it in like this. We're just gonna start it like this. Hold up. Keep running till I get Let's go. Yeah, I'm over here working some technical shit. They knew better than to give me this shit. Y'all know I'm slow. Yeah. Let's go. Maserati. Let's go. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Let's go. Yeah. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Bitch, I ride for my gang and my kinfolks. I'm a blood, but I love all the blue notes. If you try to fuck with me, you know that's a no-no. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Bitch, I ride for my gang and my kinfolks. I'm a blood, but I love all the blue notes. If you try to fuck with me, you know that's a no-no. You think a nigga black, I'm Dominican. I know you niggas sweet like cinnamon. Come on, let's die. Money in. God, I don't need me at the back. Don't try to feel work. Don't be fucking in my life. Hey, you don't feel summer when you breaking on fire. MOB gang, we don't dance, we two-step. Kaya there, fuck up bitch, trying to keep me to the left. If you try to phone me, you know this a no-no. My daughter been a maniac, sure low. You spilling like bacon, you a po-po. When I'm out in Vegas, I be fucking with them low-lows. Po-po, and so, and I'm ready. Cooking up work like I'm hooking up my omelet. I don't give two fucks, yeah, you a pooper. But I've been in my Puerto Rico and Mexico, bitch. Big Mozzie, I'm a cutthroat. And I just took your bitch in your zip code. I get pesos on pesos on pesos. Oh, you rocking all prayer, but I hate those. Can't get my soul, you already fucking know. Yeah, I'm blood, but I love all the blue notes. I'm a ride for my gang and my kinfolks. Getting money every day while you stay broke. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Bitch, I ride for my gang and my kinfolks. I'm a blood, but I love all the blue notes. If you try to fuck with me, you know this is no-no. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Bitch, I ride for my gang and my kinfolks. I'm a blood, but I love all the blue notes. If you try to fuck with me, you know this is no-no. Yes, sir. Oh, man. What are we doing? Oh, man, we got the man of the hour, the Tower of Power in the building. Big Mazda. Not little Mazda. Ain't no, like, nigga, Mazda. You know how much a Maserati costs? I can't afford that shit. If you can't afford that shit, you gotta ask that question. What's going on, fam?
How you feeling?
Too good, man. Too good. I see you that come on your own show, Humble.
You know, for the people that want to know, yes, we are sponsoring Humble Clothing.
Yeah.
The brand. Check me out. I mean, I look fly, you know what I mean? Shout out to Day Uno, man. You know what I mean? For blessing me with that. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go find that on humbleclothing.com. Go shop right now. Stop what you're doing. Go ahead and follow that fan page. Follow that clothing page right now. Follow me too. Mazerati Breaking 18. Let's get it.
You know what? One more thing. Y'all share this live. You know I like to do it in y'all face.
Back.
I always like to do it in your face. I ain't gonna tell you to do nothing that I ain't already gonna do.
Shut up, motherfucking live.
Shut live.
Everybody out there like, I'm going to.
I'm going to.
Then do it then.
So, all right. You know what? I'm just gonna be serious tonight. I'm not gonna be full on the balls. It's like, so you say you got the sponsorship for Unholy Clothes. How did that come about?
I mean, basically, we was having a Sucker Free 26 day.
What the hell is Sucker Free 26?
Sucker Free 26 is everybody's platform, but created by your boy, Uncle Boss.
I just hosted this y'all shit, man. Y'all hit me up if y'all want to get on the Sucker Free 26 too, man. I got y'all for real.
Absolutely. I mean, it just really came about with, we was over here chilling one night, you know what I mean, doing the show. And after the show, we talked. And I was like, yo, Uno, I need some more gear, nigga. And he was like, I got you. You know what I mean? And then we started chopping it up a little more. He came through the next day, dropped the clothes off, you know, and asked me to be the first official sponsor. So
yeah, that's fine.
I agreed to it. I accepted it with honor, you know.
And you've been rocking it out. I think I seen a commercial. It was you and some suave-looking fat nigga.
It was this nigga that was too humble for me.
He was too humble for you.
I had to stop his whole commercial. I said, I can't let you stop. Look, I gotta stop you. I cannot let you finish. So yeah, I had to, you know what I mean, drip him out with some humble clothing, man.
By the end of that commercial, I saw that nigga was unhumble, up to no good, and young unhumble motherfucking neighborhood. Humble.
You know what I mean? Hey, shout out Lottie Lit, man. Also, shout out Chill Diddy, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We in here.
Chill Diddy, all right with me, man. Sometimes you gotta watch it. I almost bought a goddamn Cadillac. Fuck with that nigga yesterday.
I would be there.
You gotta watch out for him.
Facts.
You know what? Since you mentioned the name Lottie Lot, you might as well, hey.
Wanna bring Lottie up?
Might as well, man. You trying to get on the couch. See, man, you don't never know who be in there, man.
All right, Lottie.
We'll be deep in here. We're gonna grill this nigga. We're gonna grill him.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, you know what? You always ask this question to the folks that come on and everything else. How does it feel to be on the Rise season 2?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't. You gonna ask your mom? Hey, it feels fucking good to be back on the platform, man. Like, y'all just don't know it feels good. And, you know, being behind production and being away from, you know what I mean, something that you have honor of creating for a different artist, man. And you watch all these artists come on the show and you just like, damn, I just can't wait for the day that I can get back on the show. So we made it possible. God made it possible. I'm right here sitting in the middle of the couch on the other side of where I usually sit at. Y'all niggas is taking my job.
In my best mind, let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Oh, hell no. Only one nigga can say, let's go. Let's get it. Facts.
So, I mean, being on that other side of production and stuff, you got to get a taste of, like, the people that work so hard to make this thing drive and go and stuff. So, what's that like being on that side of production?
On the other side of production.
On the other side of production.
I mean, well, you know, to me, it's fairly easy, but it's kind of hard too when you multitasking doing other tasks
That's
at the same time.
Shit, y'all don't
you know what I mean? But you know, sometimes you got to deal with other artists, and you might not get all of their songs. They might send their songs blank, and you know what I mean. And it's too late while we already on the show. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, it's fairly easy, but you got to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Everybody just can't be behind production. That's why they have production managers. You know what I mean? And you got certain engineers that can do certain things. So, you know, I look at it like if you want to learn how to do it, just look over somebody's shoulder that's already doing it.
That's fact.
You know?
That's fact. I'm over here watching this great man over there just running production.
Absolutely. Tap right in.
He got, first of all, when you know a nigga that got a leather brim on their fucking ball cap, you don't trust his ass. Shout out to Suge Diddy.
Shout out. Absolutely.
So you've been on both sides of production on your brainchild or whatever. Or you and Lizzie's brainchild. I say it like that.
Shout out to
El
Lizzie,
Presidente.
That's for sure.
And then, like, what has it been like giving other folks a chance to do your job or whatever? How does that roll out for you?
You turn it down a little. I want people to hear me. I want to let them know what it's really like. You know what I mean? But that question was, what was it like to watch other guest hosts do my job? I mean, I loved it, honestly. You know what I mean? It was more of a show within a show with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching the artists that I already had up here on the rise, and I'm watching them come back as guest hosts. It's like, damn, like it's actually really, it's like really like a class of artist development, really. Is developing artists, you know what I'm saying? Because most of these artists come up here, they guest hosts, they not even developed in media yet. You feel what I'm saying? So when they get up here and, you know, they doing the damn thing, bro, and I'm like, damn, that's what's up. So that's how you can find out some of these people are really natural. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the guest hosts. I ain't gonna name names, but shout out to all of y'all. Y'all know who've been up here already, you know what I mean? So definitely salute to y'all for holding on the Rock TV there. That's love right there. You know what I mean?
We appreciate you making this platform, from like the folks that work with the platform to the folks that come on and actually get to sit in this hot seat, which you're currently in right now. I think it's really a deep-rooted appreciation for the things that you and Lizzie have provided and do, and the hospitality that y'all show.
Right.
So what's it like being in your own hot seat?
Man, it feels amazing to be in the hot seat of the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? In the hot seat of the hot seat, you know what I mean? It feels great, you know what I mean? Amazing. It's just like me being up here right now on my own platform is just showing you that I'm no better than nobody else. You know what I mean? And anytime that I can bless the hot seat, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
I mean, because like, so I think we all forget that you're an artist too.
Yeah, they do forget that.
We all forget that you're an artist. You've been in this game for a long time or whatever.
Absolutely.
Was it like that transition from artist to CEO, but then still keeping that CEO moniker, but you also have to work like an artist? You
artist to CEO and still monitor the CEO. I mean, really development, really, you know what I'm saying? Because being an artist all this time, I would say 2000. You know what I mean? 2000, I really started, you know what I mean, doing my thing and doing what I needed to do. In 2001, I released my first single. And you know, you got to talk about 2001. That was way back then when you didn't have really social media. Matter of fact, you didn't have social media at all. Now you had these email sites and you know, Black Planet and all of that, but you wasn't putting no music in there. You know what I mean? But just, you know, starting off a karaoke machine, doing what I usually do. I feel like that I already did the music part. You know what I mean? Now I'm focusing on my corporation and how can I build a legacy, and ain't no other way to do that better than being in the media. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be something that you can always go back and tune into, and you know what I mean? People rock with my music. I thank y'all, you know what I mean, for rocking with my music and being a part of my album release party. That was all dope things and dope vibes. You know what I'm saying? I get nothing but love here in the 2-6. You know what I'm saying? If y'all hating on me, I need to stop that shit. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I don't hate on nobody. You know what I mean? I like to put people in position so they can do what they need to do. But yeah, me transitioning from I'm still an artist. I'm still the main artist, you know what I'm saying, on the label of Business Minded People. You know what I mean? But I'm not the only main artist. I got a couple of more main artists. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you have to lead by example sometimes. And you know what I mean? I like to show that every day that I do something when it comes to Business Minded People. So with me transitioning from an artist to a CEO, it was just, you know, I just had more work to do. My work wasn't finished as an artist. You know what I'm saying? How far? I don't limit my challenges. I challenge my limit. You feel what I'm saying? So I
gotta give us no bars on it. Cut that like
see, that's what I'm saying. I can't, man. You know what I'm saying? You know
I was gonna say some dope shit. Never mind. Now you tell them a little. I already know what you just said.
Yeah, dude, it was a CEO joke.
I'm going to.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But nah, that's basically how that transition went.
That's dope. That's dope. You know what? You mentioned the album release part, and I don't think you really had a chance to vocalize how monumental that was for you. Because I mean, I seen the work put into it, and then the end results or whatever. It was just a smooth night and everything else, and then like when it came full circle, you could see your appreciation for everybody that was involved with it. What was that night like for you?
Man, it was great. You know, this was like the first event that actually went like it's supposed to go. You know, it was well promoted. All the artists showed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that, you know, maybe one or two artists didn't show up. You know what I mean? And I apologize to to my fans and my supporters and the audience that was there, maybe y'all came to see them too. And, so I want to apologize on my behalf, that they didn't show up. You know what I mean? So I got to get that off. You know what I'm saying? That's on them now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But overall, man, that it wasn't rushed. It was well promoted. It was great. All the artists came and showed out, man. And the most important part to me was it was a lot of love in the room. You know what I mean? We was at the Big Apple.
Yeah.
On Yakin Road. There was a lot of love. And you was hosting. Bishop was hosting. Shout out to Bishop.
Shout out to Bishop. Shout out my brother Bishop.
Shout out to Lizzie for, helping out, making everything possible and killing the dope performance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that was love. This, I felt good. And at the end, I didn't know if I was going to perform or not because we at least had like 25 artists.
He really did, man. We was out there finagling, moving stuff around, getting people like, my damn feet was hurting like that night. What?
And shout out to Great Goose too, though.
Shout out to Brody, Great Goose.
Yeah,
absolutely. He had everybody's stuff lined up.
Absolutely.
We put on a good show out there that night. I ain't even gonna cap. And then we got to your performance. That was a monumental performance right there for me.
Yeah, it was. That probably was my best and biggest performance, like far as just with me, myself. You know what I mean? Like not towards everybody else or what I've been doing my whole career, but just that moment alone, it was just like all the things that we've been working on for the last 3 years, because sometimes when you are building something, you don't see the beginning of it. You feel what I'm saying? You see what's already happening. You know what I mean? So what about the days when we didn't have anybody around? It was just me and Lizzie grinding. You know what I mean? We was grinding until we couldn't grind anymore. And we still grinding. You feel me? And just looking at how everything was elevated and built up, it was an amazing experience for me to even perform at my album release party, because I actually shared my album release party with 25 different artists.
And that's what was dope about it. It was your album release party. I mean, we could have listened to the first quarter all night.
Right.
But people stuck in there, they stuck around, they did perform. Everybody stuck around for everybody else's performances. And then they waited for that magical moment.
Absolutely.
When you dropped out there, and you rocked that shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Hey man, big shout out to you.
I appreciate it, man. I knew right then when I got the mic, I'm like, so shit, we're gonna swing it then. You feel me? Because at that point, I started lining artists up. Like you was getting subbed into a NBA basketball game. You know how like when y'all about to get subbed in, you gotta wait for the next time out. Yeah. So I had like maybe 4 artists lined up. Like, okay, y'all 4 next. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all
this nigga's lining artists up, translated into my fat ass walking all around this venue, finding artists. Tell you, I put about 1,000 miles on the fucking new shoes I had.
Yeah. I said, well, dang.
Well, dang.
Yeah, I didn't, I didn't mean to, work you like that.
Nah, man, I enjoyed every minute of it, man. To be honest with you, I've never been a part of anything like that. So it was humbling experience.
Yeah.
But unhumble at the same goddamn time. I'll tell you right now. Unhumbleclothing.com. Go get yourself a fuck plane. It was a great night, man.
Y'all don't mind if I light a cigarette up?
Nigga,
I don't know. I am the guest on the show.
No, you can't light no cigarette. After that shit Will Smith did,
I am the guest.
2 dark-skinned niggas for permission?
I am the guest.
Hell no.
So I want to ask.
You're going to.
If y'all don't mind.
You know what? I ain't trying to get slapped on this bitch. I'm going to give you that lighter right there. Yeah, I'm going to.
Y'all know light-skinned brothers still in.
Yep. No,
y'all know that.
Niggas just little answer this month.
We can't help what Will did.
April almost over now. Y'all cool the fuck out. April's almost over.
Here's the difference between me and Will. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Here's the difference. We both light-skinned brothers. But I'm gonna tell you right now the difference between me and Will Smith. He stopped a lot of people's money. I'm helping people get to the money.
And that is
what I mean? So that's the difference. Will Smith, you gotta come on the ride.
You're making a lot of connections, some heavy hitting connections and everything else. I don't think y'all really understand this man's work ethic. It'd be early in the morning. I probably just left from over here not too long from here. This man is up saying shit like, good morning. What the fuck you mean good morning, nigga? My eyes crusty as shit.
Ellie Bird get the word, man.
And then like you hit me with some big ass, hey man, we got this going on. I just talked to such and such. When the fuck did you do that? Like niggas, like how do you keep beating the sun up with you handling business? What's that drive right there, fam?
I mean, you got to look at it like this. Now, y'all follow me real quick, not on Instagram, but follow me in your mind. And follow how your mind got to be open up to this shit, what I'm about to say. Now, you ask, how do I find the time? Well, you got to think about it. Don't just look at one time zone. You know what I mean? We Eastern Standard Time. What about people over there in Los Angeles? You know what I mean? There's Pacific Time. You know what I mean? So while we're going to sleep, they up still. So I'm able to make connections because I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl too. You know what I mean? So I get a lot of work done after the show. But during the days, you know what I'm saying, I'll be busy. You know what I mean? Trying to handle shows and handle virtual interviews and, you know, and still trying to, you know, share things from the camp, from, you know, the other bosses that's in the camp, because I look at BMP, you know what I mean? We all bosses, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody mutts over here. We all bosses, and we like to treat bosses as such, you know what I mean? So it ain't just about me, you know what I mean? You got to be able to find that balance inside your camp and, you know, show love to everybody else, you know what I mean? Because everybody's showing you love, you know?
You do that. You do that. I will speak up for that. You do that, and you do it well. But then, like, a lot of y'all really don't understand, this man is somebody's fucking father. He's doing this in the middle of, like, handling his personal life or whatever else. And does a flawless job at it. A lot of people will probably give up at a certain point where this man peaks at.
Absolutely. I be unhumble doing it, though.
There you go. You got to stay unhumble. If you want to stay unhumble, unhumbleclothing.com.
Absolutely.
Who knows if you need to be unhumble.
Absolutely. And if you need some Mike Fight shirts too, man, we got them for you. Tap in with Suge Diddy, man. Fuck your feelings, nigga.
Fuck your feelings.
You know what I mean? That's the new brand that's coming out too. But y'all gotta follow them though.
Fuck your feelings.
You know?
Suge Diddy.
I think a lot of you got some questions. Yeah, I got some questions. Lottie got to say.
Okay. As an artist, this is an artist.
Come on around the camera, brother. So these people can see who talking.
So as an artist, this is always the biggest like fight an artist has. What is your favorite song out of all the songs you created? What is the one that you would be like, man, that one's just that one every time?
That's where it all started from.
Okay.
In the Trap was the rebirth
of
Mozzie. You feel me? Because when I first made that record, you know, I would say this, you know what I'm saying? When I first made the record, I didn't know how big it was going to be. I had, you know, some criticism about the, you know, the song. I don't think that's going to hit, or, you know, but I don't care what people think. I make music for the audience that I put out music for. And if you really listening to the song, I may gain your audience as well. But, you know what I'm saying? You just may have to, you know, that's why I say you got to open up your mind for the shit that I'm saying. If you're a closed-minded person, you always going to be closed-minded. But we business-minded, so our minds are open. You feel me? So In the Trap, I would say this is my favorite song off the album and my favorite song that I've done within the last, I would say the last 6 years, because it had major impact. And the city ain't even from. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that.
And I will vouch for that track. The only reason why I say that, because when I came out here from Michigan, I heard that song. I said, yo, who the fuck is this? I said, this shit is hot. It became my favorite song ever since that day, man. So I definitely vouch for that. Our next question will be, how do you stay interactive with your fans on, you know what I'm saying, your social media site?
Oh, that's too easy. I advise everybody to do this if you want to build a following organically. When you're posting, you got a certain amount of time that you can post a day, but sometimes people are like, fuck it, we're gonna post anyway. You feel me? Sometimes that will bring a lot of traction to your page. Sometimes it can fuck up your page because you're posting a little too much and you're not giving time for people to see that one post. You know, by the time they look on your timeline, they done miss like 4 things that you already posted. You know what I mean? But how I do it is, if I gain a new follower, I will immediately hit that follow and say, look, I appreciate you for the follow. And people will appreciate shit like that because they don't think that people will talk back to them. So I let them know, you know, hey, I appreciate you following me, and you know, it'll go from there, and then they'll start tuning in and start liking shit. what I would do too, as I'm strolling down, the people that I know on my page, I would comment. Comments are important because comment is engagement organically. So when you're commenting on your friends' pages and things like that, they're going to comment back. And then when you post something, they're going to comment on your shit. So now you're getting more comments.
You just share the love.
Absolutely.
Spread the love. Reciprocate that same love that you're getting back, especially as an artist or whatever, or even if you're a shoemaker and somebody comment on your video or whatever, hey, I appreciate that. It don't even take that. Hey, I appreciate that. Heart emoji. Do that fist emoji. I do that shit.
Engagement is real, a lot of.
And you're
in
right.
this business is real, like, you know what I mean? And then being with the media, shout out Shug, he's also a part of the media now.
Salute.
You feel me? So when you're a part of the media, you have to engage. It don't matter what you in it for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because there's a lot of people that get big headed. They get a good following and they just, you know what I'm saying, just post. They just post. So that's why you need to be watching On the Rise, because you're getting free game.
Absolutely.
You're getting free game when you're watching this.
Right.
If you're paying attention and you doing something businessly, if you really hear what he's saying, he's giving out free game every time he's up here.
Absolutely.
So for those who missing it, that's y'all lost.
Absolutely.
Pick up what this man is putting down, Pimpin.
And while I wait, I love to hydrate. Y'all know
While we wait, we hydrate. You know, I'm going to hydrate with you.
about that. You know what I'm saying?
That ass.
Right.
Absolutely. Toast.
Jesus.
Look, I started to do the Stone Cold toast on you.
Oh, Lord.
You know?
Hey, man, you stunned me on national TV right now.
No mess on the set.
Oh, hell yeah.
Facts. You know?
There was a little few questions I had, you know what I'm saying, just as an artist alone, you know what I'm saying, and independently. So, man, salute for everything you're doing, brother. And
I
I'm
appreciate
glad
you. Absolutely. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You know?
So, I heard you mention a strong word that you're, phrase that you're a part of the media. That transition, because you know, I mean, On the Rise TV is raw as grit. I can say shit like, fuck you, America, I love you. But words are hard, motherfucker. But you know, you also do radio as well. And you've been making a lot of connections in that platform of media and everything else. How exciting, words are hard, I said it, motherfucker. How exciting is it for you to get a chance to like come from being an artist, go to being a CEO, and then move right into the media?
You said how exciting is it?
How exciting is it?
I mean, it's a challenge, you know what I mean? I'm definitely excited about it, you know what I mean? But I always taught myself along my career, you know, through the years, never get too excited. Because just when you gain stuff, things can be snatched from you. You know what I'm saying? So you never want to get too excited. But yeah, enjoy it while you have it. You know what I'm saying? Be excited. But it's definitely a new experience for me. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm a light-skinned nigga, so it's natural.
That light shit right there. It just popped right the fuck back up. This is bullshit. He's going to.
No, because I see everybody want to talk about Will shit, you know. Fuck it, I gotta stand up for the
y'all finna ride. Hey, next month, y'all niggas is out. We back next month. Dark Skin Brothers Unite. Avengers Assemble. Anyway, but that whole trend, because you know I've heard the shows on the radio and stuff, and they're smooth, they're clean. You have a good cadence with your interviews and everything else. How did you mentally prepare to transfer from like, because you know we keep it raw and gritty over here on the Rise TV. So on the Rise Radio, it had to be some type of mental transfer to like make sure you're in the right lane to conform to the restrictions that radio has. So how was that transition right there?
I mean, my first show on the Rise Radio was kind of tough because we was just getting into it, just getting started with it. So yeah, we was missing words that we didn't know we couldn't say. And you know, when I sent my material in, you know, they like, nah, that ain't gonna cut it. You know, so right then we knew like, okay, this ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? We gotta be business-minded people. We gotta start getting more professional. You don't have to use profanity in everything that you do. You know, it's time and places for that. Like when you get on this show, you can do it, but train yourself not to do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That way, wherever you go at, it's just something that you can turn on and you can turn off like a switch. You know what I mean? I think that's very important for artists too. You know what I mean?
Right. Because I mean, you also provide that platform to up and coming artists and everything else, because that's what you do. You put a spotlight on up and coming artists. Mm-hmm. So And I wish a lot more of the artists that make this great music. I wish I would think ahead and also have you a clean version. How important is it for an artist to have a clean version?
How important do you want your record spun?
There you go.
If you want your shit spun, then you know what I mean. Throw in some clean material. Don't get it twisted. Every artist know that if you want your song played on the radio, it gotta be clean. You know what I mean? Now when you start hitting Sirius XM, you know what I mean, you can curse on that. You feel what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't know. But if you listen to Sirius XM, you can curse on those, platforms.
I mean, if you make heavy profanity music, and I think I used it in the right sentence context, words are all profound. That might not be the right word to use. Words are all. Just think ahead, because like you might actually have a slap that like somebody does want to offer you an opportunity to get some airplay and everything else, and like just load your gun right. Like there's a lot of y'all missing opportunities because you stay in one lane, man. Make sure you can slide over to the other lane too.
And I do want to say this, though. I want to mention this too. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me, anybody know how I network, y'all know that I be reaching out to you artists. You know what I mean? Because not only I'm trying to hit y'all with the double exposure. You feel me? So when y'all come on the Rize TV, you get your exposure here. You know what I mean? And then you got to think about it. We still have fans and supporters that support the On the Rise radio. So now they're hearing you all audio. You feel what I'm saying? They can match up your voice if they watch the night show. But it's so important to be on that radio platform because now you're just not in just 3 cities. You're all over the world. You're international now. So that's very important. So when I be reaching out to the artists, you know what I mean? And, especially in the 2-6, when I reach out to y'all, I'm really, trying to get y'all to another level. You know what I'm saying? It may not be a lot to you, but we know what it does for people and different artists. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. It's building your catalog. It's building your resume. When you meet business-minded people, not just us, it's plenty of more business-minded people out there that's with different labels. You feel what I'm saying? But when you meet these important people, they're going to want to see what all you have done. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you ain't got a radio interview yet, it's going to be hectic a little bit for you. You know what I mean? So having an iHeartRadio interview, you know what I mean, Sirius XM interview, or being at an FM radio station like 104 and Foxy 99, but they don't do independent spotlight anymore. But we'll take it back to the 25, with Jane Doe and Kiss 109. They don't do independent spotlight no more. So shout out to 104. They're the only radio station that's still doing the independent spotlight. You know what I mean? But you got so many more outlets. Satellite radio is where you want to go at because everybody can hear your shit. They can click on that link. So when I reach out to some of you artists, man, like I'm really doing it out of the kindness of my heart. I'm doing it for the love. I'm doing it because I believe in you. You feel what I'm saying? So if I'm reaching out to you, you should respect it enough to say, you know what, I might consider it. You can do whatever you want to do on your page, on your social media site. You can do whatever. But when somebody is really tapping in with you to do something like that, because think about it. I just had an artist come through here last Wednesday. We was on the radio. And I asked him how much he knew about Tommy G Mix. You feel what I'm saying? From Foxy 99. Also from 104, the independent spotlight as well. And we called Tommy G on the phone during the interview, and he was, what that did for him. You know what I mean? It helped him out a long way. You feel me? He felt like, okay, now I can reach another level. You know what I mean? Like I just had one of my dopest inspirational DJs on my interview. And y'all can catch that interview this Wednesday coming up. You know what I'm saying?
10:30
a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, for real though. So, I'm just saying, like, if I reached out to Lonnie and say, look, how would you like a radio interview? You know what I mean? I did my part by asking you. Now it's up to you. And I understand that, people budget is where it's at, but at the end of the day, like, I'm willing to work with you because we are business-minded people. I don't never want you to come into BMP studios or BMP offices and you can never get no service. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to get something when you leave out of there. I'm going to put it to you like that.
You're gonna leave with more than what you came with. I ain't gonna lie. I fucked up and started hanging around out here, and then now I'm over here and I'm doing this shit. I don't even know why I'm up here. You can see the blank expression on my face. This is my conscious thought.
You up here because you dark skinned, nigga.
Oh, well, yes, a boss. I get right on there. Motif.
Like, who that nigga out there on that man?
Who is that up in the nigga out there on that name?
You need to watch her. He know her.
You want I should invite him in the big house? No.
Not into the big house.
Not into the big house.
You know. But yeah, things are looking up, man, and I know it came from hard work and dedication. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm a humble down. You know what I mean? That's you know, I'm fly right now with the drip. You know what I mean? Shout out Uno one more time. You know. But when you're doing things like this, you are elevating, and you know, and shout out to every artist that knew about One to Rise TV when it first came out, and been coming back and forth, and noticed the change in the atmosphere, noticed the elevation. So yeah,
that's dope.
People are definitely watching.
So what does it feel like when you see, all right, you went through season 1, you went through some modifications on the set and everything else. When you see a recurring artist come back and they're more excited for you than you are for yourself, what is that feeling like?
I mean, first I got to tap in with what they feel like is, you know, I can extend my hand again and say, look, I want to invite you back. It's up to them to accept that. You feel what I'm saying? So first I check in with that first. Are you willing to come back? And if they're willing to come back, then I know that, you know, the show is doing what it's supposed to do, because the work is going to speak for itself. I don't have to keep, you know, talking and speaking about it. The work going to speak for itself. So like I said, you know, when we first started, a lot of people didn't really want to tap in on the rise, but we had people like Bunch Brill that was up here last night. He was the very first person that I ever interviewed on the Rise TV season 1. And we had about 100 artists on season 1. And some people that got a talk show that do seasons, they probably will break that 100 episode down to like, how many seasons would you say that would be?
Probably like 25. Most people might at the max do 25
for a season.
And then you roll into another. Or either they might even shorten it up more, might do 10 for a season. But the thing about it is, you work at least 5 to 6 days out the week on this thing. And like, that's tedious. And
back then I was bringing in 3 people on one set. You know what I mean? So I was interviewing 3 people. But you know what that was doing for people? I remember Uno. When Uno came on the platform, Uno was up here during the first season, and we didn't have all of this. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time that I met Uno. And Uno was spitting, because we had a little different format season 1. You know what I mean? We would end the show off with, you know, they spitting whatever they want to spit. You know what I mean? So by the time Uno came back, you know, he came back with Teddy Blue Bands, Six Figure Ted, and Ted's, and CBTJ. He came back with his artists, and you know, he was like, "Damn, y'all elevating every time." Then he came back and did his interview with Marley Black from Southern Pine. You know what I mean? So he kept changing. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I love it.
One more straight pain. Shout out to Mazerati.
Yeah, shout out to Mazerati.
That's my guy right there.
Absolutely.
That nigga rough.
I mean, shout out to Lovers too, because they show One to Rise TV love. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I've never really seen nobody come here and like not have a good time or be here or whatever. So like for those of the folks that want to build platforms or already have platforms, how do you keep the hospitality up and keep people wanting to come back?
I mean, I just let people be them. You know, just don't disrespect. You know what I mean? Let's just be respectful. Let's handle business how we supposed to handle business. You know what I'm saying? And with that balance, you know, sometimes you gotta know your audience. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta know I choose wisely who I pick on this show, especially now, because yesterday's price ain't the same as today's price. You feel what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So I'm just letting y'all know, like, you know, I choose wisely, bro, because you know the beginning part of on the Rise, you know what I mean, it was really showing people that for all the people that don't have interviews, they was getting interviews, you know what I mean? But as the platform was elevated, it's like, okay, now it's something, it's still the same message that we're putting out there to society, but now it's a little different. It's more professional, it's elevated, so now it's beginning to be a real talk show, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, people gonna have to put in budgets. I mean, it's just what it is.
I mean, the growth of this whole platform and everything that you know what, fuck it, I can say we, because I'm over here.
What up?
The growth that we have put on display and everything else. I mean, it's immaculate, man. I mean, like, and we're doing a lot of this stuff off of a whim. You know what I mean? It's just amazing how much like a creative minds get together on one accord can accomplish, man. So even with that being said, you know, you're a CEO and stuff. How do you keep up the morale and the unity of the company?
I mean, I just make sure that I do everything I say I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, it don't nothing more, nothing less. As the CEO, when you say you're going to do something, do it. And everything else, you know, it's y'all personal problem. You feel what I'm saying? If I say I'm going to do something and I do it, it may not be to your liking, but at least I said I was going to do it and I did it. You feel what I'm saying? Now it's your job to help me boost that thing up. You feel what I'm saying? So however we need to do that, we just need to do that. And let's not be selfish, because I'm not a selfish person. I'm not a selfish artist. I'm not a selfish CEO. Because you got to think about it. Most people, so you know how people say they got minor setbacks. You know, they may have stopped their show for a long time, or, you know, I can't do my show no more. I can't make music no more. That's on you. You feel me? But you got to open your mind, like I've been saying this whole interview. Open your mind to think further than what you can think. You feel what I'm saying? Don't make it always about you. Make it about other people, because people are resources. You feel me? So if I was a selfish person, there was no way I would allow guest hosts to host my show. And we going on 2 weeks now. And this is the first time y'all seeing me back on the rise, but not as a host, but as an artist.
I mean, like, it called for it. It's well overdue. You deserve to be in your own hot seat because you created the hot seat. It's gonna amaze you one day when you realize how many people really damn appreciate you. I mean, they say it and stuff, but when you get that conglomerate of people that just show that appreciation and stuff, I think you're gonna be thoroughly blown away, because you, even though you got on humble clothes, you keep it humble too, and you stay grounded, man, and you always focus. And that's like one of the biggest things I respect you for, your focus.
Absolutely.
So,
well, that come from God.
There we
You
go.
know what I mean? He got me on a path where he's moving me in full throttle. You feel me? Even with all the, you know, the new connections that I have made and that I like to share with y'all. You feel me? It's up to y'all to tap in. If y'all gonna tap in, tap in. If y'all don't, y'all know I'm gonna still move full throttle ahead. You feel me? Like, that's just something that we're over here at DMP. That's what we're gonna do. And like I said, I definitely don't do it alone. I got a whole team that helped me and Lizzie. You know, even down with Suge being the vice president, even down with you being the A&R. People want to know, people want to see. And I think we're doing that. And we ain't hating on nobody while we're doing it. Yes, we're everywhere because people are resources. We may have a team here working. We may have a team there working.
Exactly. I mean, we've been at like multiple venues, but not all together. But you knew, oh, it's BMP. That's BMP right there.
Absolutely.
So we move in silence and violence. My hand is light skinned. I'll slap the shit out of him.
And look, some of y'all artists that's light skinned that came over here, he been killing y'all.
Hey, after motherfucking this month, y'all gotta calm down with the light skin shit. I ain't Chris Rock now. Let me stop. I'm going to. So, with all the great things and opportunities that you've been getting blessed with a lot of opportunities, man. And like sometimes you be like a kid in a candy store, man. You can't even wait to like, oh man, you know what? I'm gonna drop this now. What's that excitement like for like people, industry wise and big names and stuff like that? What is that excitement like when you get to connect with them?
I mean, it's just like connecting with artists right around here locally. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't. Like I said, never be too excited. You know what I'm saying? When you got to think about when you're dealing with these people that got 1 million followers, that's somebody in the industry. They don't want a groupie. They want somebody that's going to engage. Also, when you're engaging these people, give them an offer that they can't refuse. Give them, gotta bring something to the table for them to accept, because the first thing they're gonna ask you is, well, I can do it, but let it make sense. And if it ain't making sense, then I don't know what else to tell you, but why you engage with these people, what I mean? They got those many followers and there's somebody you're getting connected, because there's a lot of people in this industry that move in silence. That's really behind the scenes. That's where the money at, really. What I mean? So I admire that, because, I'm not going to be doing this forever. I'm going to be behind the scenes. I got kids. They're going to carry on the legacy. What I mean? I got people here. They're going to carry on the legacy. And they own bosses or they own company. What I mean? And own brand. What I mean? So at the end of the day, is like, I don't take that from them. What I mean? You're not in jail when you come here. You're not on shackles. You move at your own pace. But I do ask everybody that's under the label to respect the label, because that's where we went wrong the first time.
And that's big. That's major. If you're part of something, part of a conglomerate, I mean, a lot of times people ain't gonna get along. A lot of times people ain't gonna see eye to eye. But like, if the main goal is just this one thing, we should be business minded enough to work towards that one goal, and that's it. Especially if you have a business, especially relationship, if it's a friendship, if it's one goal you're trying to get to, just have that disagreement. That's healthy. Disagreeing is healthy. We can agree to disagree, but after we agree to disagree, we still gonna go over here. We're gonna work for this one goal. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's a fact. And I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, for coming on the platform. I appreciate you for coming back behind the scenes, and you was here for Lizzie's album release party. That was dope. I don't know if you got to perform. Did you perform?
No, I didn't get a chance to perform that night. We was all a little toasted,
Y'all check out Lottie Lot's OnlyFans page.
OnlyFans, baby.
A lot of a lot. And a little bit of a lot. OnlyFans.com. Team Dorskin in this bitch.
Absolutely. Like, I just appreciate people like y'all, man. Like, that actually believe in the movement. You know what I mean? And when somebody believe in your movement, it's like, damn, like, you just got a lot of weight on your back when people are believing in you, because it's like you want to keep them to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? So, my job is tough, but it ain't no more tougher than your job. You know what I mean? It ain't no more tougher than your job, Lottie or Diddy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the man just had a mic fight. And see, here's the thing that I did at my fight. The man made a post. Now, I just think like that. Like, I'm built to help out. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people nowadays, they take your kindness for a weakness, but some people take your kindness as kindness. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when they see what you're doing. You know what I mean? They see what you're doing in the community. I do get out there in the community too, even if it's just me. I'm not going to wait on anybody. I got to do it. Lead by example. If they follow, they will follow. You got to think about Jesus and the 12 disciples. You feel what I'm saying? He was leading by example, and they chose to follow. It's just what it is. I mean, you're going to have a creator and you're going to have a follower. Well, how can you not like followers if you love Instagram? I mean, it don't make any sense. We gotta make it make sense, man. Like, come on, man. Oh, ain't no follower. I ain't no follower. So you mean to tell me it's a bad thing to be in conjunction with somebody that created something that you did, and you don't want to follow them for that? So that make you branch off? And come on, man. We gotta do that as people. You know what I mean? And I'm just getting you to open up your mind. This is business, not personal. It's business. So when a person, you may go to the we like Barbecue Hut over here.
Barbecue
Hut?
Saying?
Now you might go to Barbecue Hut and they might fuck up your sandwich or something.
Oh, I'm turning right. Fuck that.
Now they can handle this. They can handle this two different ways. They can handle it two different ways. Right. They can say, "Fuck your sandwich, nigga." You feel what I'm saying? Oh, we about to close. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shit, nigga. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Don't go to Burger King on brag, because they'll fuck up your order. And you will fight in that bitch. If you go to Burger King on brag. Burger King is responsible. You know what I'm saying? Still need you.
Shout out to the BK.
But y'all got to get y'all shit right too. But they fuck up your sandwich. They can handle it one or two ways. They can say, fuck your sandwich. Or they can be business-minded people and say, here's another sandwich. Keep that. And here's another sandwich. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
That would be the high road. A lot of people don't like to take that high road, But I mean, like sometimes it pays off more in the end. If you can, and we were speaking in the aspect of followers and everything else. Like sometimes, yeah, you need that following. You need somebody that extra share and everything else. So like, if you did fuck up my sandwich and you gave me an extra sandwich, I wouldn't have a problem coming back to your establishment because I was probably gonna come there anyway. I'm a little thick. If y'all ain't noticed, but but it's just like that absolute gratitude right there. That's how you gain people, especially if you mess something up. Always do good business. At least get people off of your books. I don't care what the disagreement, the fallout was, or anything else. Just roll out, do good business.
Absolutely.
Like, because here we go. They can talk shit about you from sundown to sun up. One thing they won't say about you, like, the motherfucker did, he ain't shit. Them size 13 stank at my aunt front door and shit, but he do good business.
But I'm gonna go back to my point that I was trying to make with Diddy though. If y'all miss Mike Fight, then
you missed one.
You know,
y'all missed one.
That was the return of Mike Fight. You know what I mean? That happened on April 24th. You know what I mean? Last Sunday, it was lit. You know what I mean? Right in front of the Tropical. Every hood nigga know where that's at. You feel me? But the thing about it was, you know, as soon as the building opened and we was able to get in there, you know, I didn't, you know, overstep my ground as because I'm the CEO. I didn't overstep my boundary. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me say this before you get into that. And it was a heartfelt post made about that. This man went in there, and this is what displays true leadership. And in the business world, they call it servant leadership. The man went in there and helped that man set up. He just went right to work, no questions or nothing. He was the one that, hey, you want this in? You want this? Hey, what you trying to do? We trying to put this. That's called servant leadership. That's he's in a position to work. No, you don't have to do that. But like, I can't ask you to do anything that you haven't seen me do.
Oh, exactly.
Or you don't know I'm willing to do.
Exactly.
Or even to the fact that you have heard me done. How can I ask you to do something that you, hey man, go shovel this pterodactyl shit over here? No. Exactly. Come help me shovel this pterodactyl shit.
And you know, I guess the hard part about setting up though, I never been to a Mike Fight before. You know what I mean? So that was actually my first, you know, event of Battle League that I actually went to. And didn't have enough time, you know what I mean? But the time that I was there, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed it for him because this was return for him. And I didn't know Diddy when he first did Mike Fight. You feel what I'm saying? But I got to know him.
I did. He wasn't shit. He ain't shit. I love my brother. That's my brother, man. That's my nigga right there. Just don't trust niggas with leather brims on their baseball cap.
Yeah. But the setup was definitely different from, you know, what I usually do when I throw events. The setup was different. You know what I mean? And he corrected it, and I took it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Being business-minded people, bro. Because like I said, now let's say I would have went in there. Oh, I'm the CEO. Oh. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, people don't want to work with you when you like that. So I don't do that. You know what I mean? Any part of me that was like that is gone. You feel me? Because you can't elevate with having your own people feel like that. Damn, you in control of everything. No, we in control of everything together. You know what I'm saying? Because people are resources.
You gotta move in unison right there, man. I mean, like, especially when, like, I'm gonna say this word again, and this is one word I do know, and I'm using the proper sentence context. We have a conglomerate of people. Yeah, words are hard, but that one wasn't. You absolutely have to consider, like, all right, it might be levels and positions, but we gotta move in unison. Like, absolutely. We gotta move as a team just to get to that goal over there. So it don't matter who's the CEO at the time. It don't matter who's A&R, who's president, who's vice president.
Facts.
Because, like, sometimes the people that are following you, they're not going to move unless you move. If you just standing there still like, shit, I ain't moving either. Like, hell, why would I go if you ain't going? Or why would I go do something I ain't never seen you do?
That's correct. You know? But, go ahead.
How do you, okay, as a CEO, you know what I'm saying? You might be helping somebody. How do you deal with those folks that are stagnant? Do you get on a personal level with them and explain what you're looking for, or do you just allow the stagnant to just happen?
Well, I look at it like this. This is a job. Now, you may not come in and clock, well, you are clocking in, but you don't have a time card. And we're not clocking your time because, like I said, over here we all bosses. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we get artists to sign, you know, they have a job to do. And artists need to find out what their job duty is to help build a label, because I hear a lot of ignorant people say this, well, I'm doing all of this to help you build your shit. I should be building my shit. It's not about that. Because while you're building this shit that we all a part of, you're building your shit. You're building your brand. People are going to start paying more attention to it. You know what I'm saying? You're moving into unity. You feel what I'm saying? Unity of numbers. You know what I'm saying? Numbers. It matters.
We're stronger together
than apart. You know what I mean? So you got to keep that in consideration as well. So how I handle that is, you know, I give them, you know, a verbal warning. Hey, look, this is how we do it. You're new. We do it like this over here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. You fuck up again. You know, I may pull you to the side again and say, look, hey, you know, boom, 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 boom. And if you just keep doing shit, then, you know, I'm not going to keep, you know, I'm not going to allow any more bullshit under the label of business-minded people. That's out now. You know, I've been through that experience. I know me. I know Lizzie. I know you. I know Diddy. We not in this shit for nothing. We getting old. So, you know, one thing I do want to say to Key Moet, though, she was on the virtual live earlier. I was interviewing her. And what she did say made sense. She said, if you still in the same place when you started, what the fuck are you doing? You feel what I'm saying? If you got all these people around you and you don't know how to use it, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? So in order to help people do what you need to get done, not only for what I need to get done, but for what you need to get done, we're gonna pick a plan together.
There we go.
You know what I mean? And you know, one thing that I do admire about our team, our camp, is that we don't hide shit from each other. You know what I mean? And we don't mind putting people on because we don't hate. You know what I mean? And most of the people that we put on, they just, you know, they like being around. You know what I mean? Because it's helping us elevating people, and we deal with the community. You know what I mean? Dealing with the community is always going to be important. You know what I mean? So we still got a long way to go. You know what I mean? But I'm happy where we at right now.
Right.
I will say that.
I mean, even as a boss or a CEO or whatever else, if you're in charge of something, it's your responsibility to create that environment that is either welcoming or conducive for whatever the business or the pleasurable format that you have going on. So
Facts.
You got to understand, and then you got to be observant of the people that you do have in there. Because like being a boss or a manager or something, that shit is hard because you deal with different forms of people's attitudes, problems, issues, or whatever else. It's like you're an overpaid babysitter. But you have to, I mean, even if you were running a daycare, you have to be conducive and pay attention to like what every child's need is.
Absolutely.
But I mean, if you running shit, if you own shit, stand on your business.
Facts. Absolutely. You got anything else for me?
I got one more for you.
What's up?
All right, so every artist got a sport they play that they good at. What is yours?
Shit.
Shit.
I will be damned. Out of all the interviews I ever had, nobody never asked me that.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Well, damn. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually get into sports. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that I played football in 7th and 8th grade. When I got to high school, I did not play at all. So I never experienced that. My brothers did though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I never experienced that lifestyle as been an athlete. But I was popular in school.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was just doing the wrong shit. You feel what I'm saying? I was
popular for the
you know, I used to do
right
shit.
reason but wrong way.
I mean, I used to do clown shit like, okay, as if I'd be in class and, you know, back then.
That nigga gonna pull the fire alarm.
I know he. Well, no, I wouldn't go so much as
That's the
that.
nigga that'll pull the fire alarm right there.
I wouldn't go so much as doing that because I knew I had, you know, I would get my ass whooped once I went home. I would get my ass whooped by my mom and my dad because I come from a 2-parent home. You feel what I'm saying? But R.I.P. my dad, I lost them the Christmas of 2016.
Oh yeah.
That'll be some rest in peace, pops. Shout out to my mom. You know what I mean?
Shout
She
out,
still
Mom.
lives. Absolutely. But I used to do dumb shit in class, bro. Like, you know, it depends on if, especially if we had a substitute. But if we didn't have a substitute, you know, I used to just do dumb shit. Like, you know, back then we had this little thing like, look, and you looking at this the whole time. You feel what I'm saying? I used to tell my teacher that, and I'd be like, look up something, you know what I mean? Or just do dumb shit. Back then I had a, you know, imaginary friend called Charlie, and I used to talk to him during class, and I used to be down the hallway. But this is the type of shit that allowed people to laugh. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all laugh all the time around me, you know what I mean? And a lot of people like, damn, maybe you should have went into stand-up comedy. And I'd be like, well, you know, that ain't my lane. But I feel like if I ever did, you know, I probably wouldn't have laughed. You feel what I'm saying? That's not my lane. But this is my lane right here. You know what I mean? As an artist, CEO.
Mozzie was mean with them D's nuts jokes in high school. Y'all better get it right.
Or some dumb shit like, you know, with the book, the backpack. You know, back then we used to sag our backpack. You know what I mean? And I might do some dumb shit, swing your shit. And then you walk and then you turn it like this, like, yeah. So I used to do shit like that, man. But, you know, it kind of got me behind by joking. And, you know, right then I knew, like, damn, when it was time to graduate, you know what I mean? It was like, look, nigga, you need this many credits. You don't get it, you ain't graduating.
Okay.
I had to buckle down. No, just doing too much playing in high school. It really, like, kind of, like, balanced me out as a person. Like, look, when it's time to get serious, it's time to get live. You know, it's a time and place to play and all of that type of shit. So, you know, learning experience, man. That's all it is. You know?
Yeah, I just had to throw that out there.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That was a good question, though.
I gotta think of something, man, that's just extravagant for you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Now, I'm a natural athlete, though. I just didn't never play in school.
Okay.
But I was popular. You know?
Popular by demand at an early
Absolutely.
age. You already knew he was gonna be great.
Absolutely.
So I see we are coming to a point where we're gonna wrap this thing up. I mean, shout out to y'all for tuning in. Shout out to whoever shared the live or whatever. Any inspirational words, sir?
I do. Make sure y'all sharing everybody's shit. Reason why we ain't made it yet, because we ain't sharing everybody's shit. That's number one. Number two, make sure you go get your music registered. A lot of you out here in line talk about you got your music registered. It's a lie. Go stop what you're doing right now. Go to bmi.com and register your fucking music. It's free. Get your registry going. Get paid for your music. Don't be in this shit for nothing. Excuse me. Number three, like I said, when you're on these social media sites, start engaging with these people that follow you. You know what I mean? Show engagement on their page. Do that for about 2 weeks or a month. I guarantee you, your following gonna go up. Trust me. It happened for me. Trust me. You know what I mean? People always want to know how you do something organically. This is the way. Engage with these other people that's following you. You following them. Don't be selfish and only want somebody to like your post. And you're not sharing or liking their post. Also, subscribe to the motherfucking channel. On the Rise TV, subscribe to the channel. It makes no sense that I got all these artists coming through here and y'all not subscribing to the channel.
Tap in.
Subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I mean?
This shit is tuned in.
Absolutely, it's helping everybody grow. Other than that, make sure y'all tune in. You know what I mean? Every Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. WDRB Media. You know what I mean? Our radio. You know what I mean? I am now on Sirius XM. You feel me? So you know what I mean? That's two different platforms within one. Tune in on the Rise TV every Monday through Friday. We open it up on the weekends for exclusive. Tomorrow night we got a special show for y'all tomorrow night. But you know what I mean? You'll see the post. Other than that, salute to my team. Salute to you, boss. Salute to you, Lottie. You know what I mean? Salute to Diddy. Salute to De Uno. You know what I mean? With the Humble Clothing. You know what I mean?
Humbleclothing.com. Go and get you some. Quit fucking playing, man.
Salute to my nigga Awesome for his clothing brand. Came through and blessed me with 2 shirts.
Right.
Salute to you, brother. You didn't have to, but you did it. You know what I mean? Salute to Lizzie Yayo. You know what I mean? President of the label.
Presidente.
You know what I mean? Keeping it a band, though. You already know what it is. If y'all ain't tapped in yet, you can tap in. Yeah, that's my inspirational words. Bro.
You got anything, man?
What?
No, y'all.
Man, I just want to shout out, you know what I'm saying, Mozzie for sure, you know what I'm saying? You always show love, man, when I come up here. and given the opportunity to be on a platform like this. Because come where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Like in Michigan, you ain't getting this opportunity like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard. You got to go to the D, or you know what I'm saying, where it should be in your own city before you can back somewhere else. So just keep that in mind when y'all doing what y'all doing. If your city behind you, there's nothing you can't do because everybody gonna be watching you. So other than that, God first, peace, and love.
Absolutely.
If I had to say anything, I'm gonna tell y'all, stop walking in that back room at your auntie house so goddamn smooth. It's a big nigga back there. Feet up, meat out, nothing on but the radio. Butt bunky ass naked.
Damn.
But do you understand what butt bunky ass naked is, nigga? That is like the first day you were born and somebody slapped your ass. Well, y'all don't be slapping my ass. I'll tell you that. I do the ass slapping around Chip.
Facts.
But other than that, man, y'all, we are stronger together.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all can just let that resonate, especially as a conglomerate of 2-6. The last thing I will say in closing, as far as inspirational words, is this. As I mentioned, 2-6. And
Facts. And I got some. Hold on. I want to give a couple more shout outs though. Shout out to Yada Man. You feel me? Definitely shout out to Yada Man. You feel me? Shout out to Fetty Funds, Prada Louis, Bunch Brill, Mo Cheddar, the Kid QDH, the Kid from the 2-6, Teddy Blue Bands, CBTJs, Uno, Lottie, Uncle Boss, Chug Biddy, Lizzie Yayo, Big A, Gracious Nicole Dawn, Stupid Styles, J Boogie, Ball Demolish. Shout out Mr. Heat. You feel me? Who else am I missing? Man? Shout out Block Burner. I gotta look. You know what I mean? So many. You know what I mean? Shout out DJ Cutter P. You know what I mean? Shout out Paveway. You know what I mean? Shout out Woo Baby. Definitely Woo Baby, Jim B. You feel me? Y'all go check that video out right now. You know what I mean?
Right goddamn now.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, just shout out the Kid Red Carpet, man. Mr. Red Carpet. Definitely shout out to Mr. Red Carpet. Shout out Fayetteville J, Vietnam J. You know what I mean? Shout out Karma B. They got that URL battle coming up. You know what I mean? So go out there and represent the 2-6 and you know what I mean? Do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Bring that title back home to the city. You know what I mean? Y'all show out for y'all city, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to everybody though. It's a whole lot of other names, but you know, you get the point. And shout out to my motherfucking self. You know what I mean? Last but not least, shout out to my motherfucking self, man.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And you know what it is? I'm dropping the mic on out.
Gonna drop the mic.
That's it.
He's gonna drop the mic.
I'm going to.
He's going to. So you know, there's always peace and love over here with us. And we just gonna end it like this. Saying,
Got the homies on the set like it's Sunday. Everybody got their flag like it's
Give me
Sunday.
some value on that.
hey,
Give me some value.
Got me feeling like today's a new day. I got the homies on the set like it's Sunday. Every homie got their flag
Go
like
ahead
it's
and blast that
Sunday.
shit for me one time.
Still cracking 'cause it's Sunday. Yeah, okay. Hey, and watch me slide like this. Hey, yeah, I'm headed to the clip. Let's go ahead and for a sec. Every hood got a day, so I'm gonna parlay. Homie, put that gun down. Ain't need for no court case. Blood or cuz, put me down for your catering. Let me spend that barbecue if you can, then you hated it. Do that bill shit to the grand, cause I'm trying to live. I got my family out here bragging, shout out up the hill. Okay, cruising in a trap with the 6-4. With the squads of people taking back to 94. I'm young and ready, I refuse to give it to a hoe. No disrespect, but I ain't never going back, bro. And I don't give a fuck about what you say. I got a cup filled up with some you say. They like, Mozzie, we gon' dance with this hood day. I'm like, don't get me started, hey. I got the homies on the set like it's hood day. Every homie got their flag like it's hood day. Yeah, let's go, cause it's hood day. On the Ride TV, like today a good day. Every homie on the set like it's hood day. Every homie get their flag like it's hood day. Barbecue still cracking cause it's hood day. Got me feeling like today a good day. Yeah, it was a good day, no black on black violence. I was always taught real niggas who is silence. Niggas always at the food everywhere they go. Probably I drinking way too much steady on the go. I'm trying to roll dice. I
got my money on the floor. Everybody showing love. Everybody rolling dope. Bitches hood day. Now I go, I got keys to the streets. Tell my niggas loose, y'all be backing on the beat. I've been on wax on the front lawn, so I hit my homies, remember that? Whole little while going to the liquor house where they only sell gin and club rising, no doubt. George Ray, man came, where we play the jukebox. At the world, hey, nigga, do this shit, don't stop. Pop me a beat, watch me get geeked. Welcome to my house party, get you something to eat. Man, the homies on the set.
Do your dance, Bobby. 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 Do your dance, Bobby.
I got a homie on the set like it's hood day. All the homie on their flag like it's hood day. Poppy P's still on record cause it's hood day. Got me feeling like today a good day. Yeah, yeah. Cheers.
We out this motherfucker. We love y'all. Good night.